Okay, so welcome back everybody. This is level 5. So level 5, we're going to be marching on the spot, or you could go out for a walk or just walk around your house apartment for 2 to 3 minutes. Alternatively, if you have a stationary bike of any kind, this is my favorite, the Schwinn Airdyne. This sort of version hasn't changed for like over 20 years. In fact, this bike is, I'm sure, well over 20 years and it still works perfectly. So you've got air resistance and you're pushing and pulling at the same time. These bikes, they never break. I think I've changed one thing, a little washer that I sent off for, and I got it back within like 2 weeks, changed it, and that was about 10 years ago. Okay, so these things last forever. That's the only repair, just one little washer down in there. Okay, so 2 to 3 minutes on the bike, and then we go back down onto the floor. And we start, or if you're still using the bed, that's fine, but a firmer surface is probably better as you start moving up through the levels. Okay, so let's get down to the floor. Oh, I better get rid of all this equipment here. Hang on. Ah, there we go. Okay, cool. So now we can do the exercises down on the ground, starting off with the knee to chest. And this time, we're just going to do 5. If you want to do more, you can do, okay? It's up to you. So, still nice and slow on the first one. Okay. Oh, I guess you better come a bit closer. Come on, come closer. Okay, so 3, 4. Well, actually, that's still 3, isn't it? 4 and 4. 5 and 5. Okay, so you can keep going. You can do a little more than 5, and then we're going to do the next one again, which will be the flat back, pressing down. 1. You can hold again for 5 seconds like before. Doesn't matter if it's a little less or a little more. We're just activating your core. Now I'm doing it on the out breath, but you could do it on the in breath as well. I've been told it's a very good Kegel exercise because we're essentially doing diaphragm breathing, which you can refer to the previous videos that I put out on diaphragm breathing with the posture stuff. Okay, so the next one, feet and knees together, back twist. We're going to keep the feet, knees together. Still not going all the way on the first one, never do. Take your time to warm up and stretch into it. Even if you can get down all the way comfortably, it's still worth taking your time. See, I can feel that one stretching me out well. I've been sitting too much while editing. You got to get up and stretch in between if you're going to do desk work. Okay, so yeah, we'll do the same thing as the previous level and we'll just build up. So there you go. Now you might do a little less, it depends. If you're still down here, then I'm going to recommend that you keep doing the hamstring and foot up until maybe 10 repetitions. If you're relatively straight, like I am here with a little bend, then okay, you could just do it maybe 5 times with 3 repetitions on each foot. Okay, and certainly if you're dead straight like this and you've got no problems, then sure, move on just after a couple. Okay, so that's the hamstring and the calf. We're going to do the push away, the pull across. Maybe on the first repetition you just do the push away and then the pull across, and then when you come to do the second one, still do the push away and pull across, but then maybe go into the lift up. You could even put a block underneath the foot. I've done that with people that have hernias, and we're trying to build up the flexibility in the hips, but we're being prevented by a hernia. So that's one way to get a good stretch around the hips when you have a problem. So there we go. That's the leg crossover. You can even rock like you do with the knee to chest at the beginning, which I forgot. But anyway, you can still add that. Okay, other side one more time. Let's do the bridge next. And we're doing up to 20 repetitions. First one, not too high. Second one, a little more. Okay, you can adjust the feet around if you need to be more comfortable. I have seen people do this with the feet together, and you know, it's okay. I usually recommend feet apart. Start with the basic neutral sort of positions first of all, and then you can get into other variations later. Okay, so you're going to keep going with the bridge, pushing up, holding for a couple of seconds each time, and then slowly back down. After the bridge, because there's a lot of firework, we're going to do the back twist with the feet apart and get at least 5 repetitions out there. Okay, so I've lost count this time, but I'm going to guess I'm somewhere around 12 maybe on that one. Okay, so just do a few more, go up to 20, and then move into the back twist with the feet apart. Just spread the hands out to the side, your feet are already in the right position. If you don't feel much of a stretch on the first one, that's okay. Okay, and then you can always turn the head a little bit. Now you might start feeling the stretch up here on the top of the thigh. Okay. You don't have to, but I was tempted just to grab the back of my heel there. Now if this is difficult for you to do so, then don't do it. We're going to be adding a new stretch soon, and if you can't reach, you can use a strap, so I will show you that later. Okay, so next one is the dead bug. So you're going to press your lower back down into the ground. You bring one leg up just a little bit above the 90 degrees, okay? Doesn't matter whether you start with the right or the left. So bring one leg up, then the other, keep pressing down, hands are at the side. So this is level 1. There's a couple more levels after this. And basically level 2 is holding the weight or holding your hands up above. And then level 3 is lowering that weight. And that takes a while before you can sort of get down to a reasonable level. Most people starting at 1 o'clock. Anyway, we're doing this one for 30 seconds. So try to keep the 90 degrees. I think I lifted my feet a little higher. Some people will do that and then they'll start dropping and the lower back arches, and that's always the problem. So keep glued down to the ground. Okay, next one will be back twist, feet together, 5 repetitions, just to stretch out after the dead bug. You can turn the head in the opposite direction. You can even stay down here for a while and relax into it. There's a very good stretch that can happen around the ribs and the hips as well, into the lower back, through here and across. It can also be done in a chair. There are modifications for the chair. Okay, so after the back twist, we're going to roll over and go over into the cat stretch. And we're just going to do 5 on the cat stretch. Same thing as before, lining up. You can roll up the mat if you need to lift your wrists if they're tight. Okay, so nice and slow, 5 repetitions. Tuck the head in, lift the head up, tilt the pelvis. You've got to tuck that pelvis under and then extend it backwards. So rounding down, this is called flexion, and then this is called extension. So flexion, rounding, extension, opening up. Okay, so 5 repetitions there, and then the next one we're going to go down to a 30-second child pose. Okay, so remember to listen to your knees. This should be in easy position, so make it comfortable. You can stop wherever you feel any resistance and then back off even, and then ease back into it again. Okay, you don't always have to go down to the lowest position straight away. Take your time. Stretch into the position. You can rock around. Okay, if you can get your butt down to the heels, that's great. You can get your head down, fantastic. Don't overstretch. Okay, you don't want to pinch the shoulders up into the neck. Okay, so the next one is a calf raise, or calf stretch, where I was calling it on the previous one. This is when you are leaning against the wall there to get the calf stretch, and then we did the one with the knee bent version. Okay, so this one you're going to find a block. I mean, this is pretty big. You could find something maybe half the size of that, but you got to improvise sometimes. So what we're going to do, I'm going to put the block down on the ground. So we've got a 1 inch lift right here. My foot is going to go, the ball of the foot is going to go on the block. Okay. Later on, we're going to build up to using a step like this. Okay. But rather than starting with a 4 inch step and overstretching your calves, this is level 5, remember? So we're going to start out easy. Okay, so ball of the foot on the edge. Now this I would recommend you probably doing leaning against the wall, like this. Okay, so you're holding on to something. You could have a chair, put a chair here and hold on to that as well. If your balance is very, very good, then you can do it no hands. But even holding onto the wall is fine a little bit, just resting my hand there. Okay, so you're going to do 5 with both feet, both legs, calf raises. So it's not really a calf stretch. There is a 1 inch calf stretch going on. You could also add this one afterwards if you feel you need to. But as it builds up to the block, what you're going to find is that you're going to get a very good calf stretch by about level 8, I guess, when we get up to 3 inches. Okay, so that's the calf stretch. Next one is going to be the 7 wrist stretches. So just gently backwards and forwards, doing the wrist stretch, gently down and back up. Okay, this one goes very well with a massage in on the forearms, which I'll be doing some videos on as well, on how to massage different areas. Okay, so you got the 7 wrist stretches front and back. Then we're going to do 5 neck movements side to side. 1, 2, 3. You can stop in the middle, or you can just go all the way to one side. Okay, this is very easy, gentle neck movement. The next one is 5 tilts. So we're going to lower the right ear to the shoulder. If your arm is okay to lift up and you're not going to hurt your shoulders, some people have problems raising their arms, right? So you can put your hand just on the head, very, very gently, gentle pressure. This one can give people a tremendous stretch in the neck on the side. Okay, so we've got to go very gentle with these muscles. In the beginning, maybe even just a gentle head tilt is enough. Okay, if you're going to grab a table and do this one, you've got to be very careful, because I know a lot of people that have overstretched their neck. So with neck stretches, wrists, ankles, the ends, the extremities, these are often weak points that can cause problems later on through the structure. So we've got to strengthen those up, and it's important that we're stretching and dealing with these in the beginning. Okay, so that's the end of level 5. I look forward to seeing you at level 6. All right, see you soon. Bye.